let's review the month of March. Welcome back to my golf channel. So today we are reviewing the month of March. But first of all, I hope you enjoyed the Trackman videos. And yeah, if you didn't see them, go check it out. Because yes, this is what I bought during this month and I'm pretty happy about it. That's so fun. And an idea I just got actually yesterday, it's maybe doing the golf course on the Trackman TPS, Trackman Performance Studio, I think, where you can actually play golf course. So I need to record my my computer screen because I bought an iPad and a computer where I can connect with the Trackman. So yes, probably I will do that also. That can be interesting to do some video like this. But anyway, today is not about that. Today is about reviewing my practice range session of March. Because yes, technique is important. So coming back, practicing, managing backswing length, controlling misses, and releasing the club at impact. That was so the first session. I didn't put notes, so I don't remember actually what happened. But yeah, this month I really wanted to try to actually reduce the length of my backswing. I'm kind of struggling with that. Also, I attempt to have two kind of downswing. One which is actually only missing right, and the other which is only missing left. In order to try to control a little bit more my misses, because my coaches actually told me that my short game is actually pretty good. It's a lot better than what I thought. And so what I start thinking about, okay, so maybe it's just that I'm missing in the wrong spot, which makes the short game, the approach, very difficult to do some scrambling and so on. So maybe this is primarily a strategic, tactical issue where I need to be able to miss on the right spot to give myself easy to manage up and down, rather than very tough one. And so that was some thoughts that I had, and also I had my speed that really dropped a lot. So I started to think that I'm not releasing the club in the right way. Here you can see that I'm actually before that I was actually trying to implement the level 1 with the wedge system, with some control in the follow through and the backswing in order to control the distance. But anyway, let's move on. Same, next session, I didn't take notes, so I don't remember what I was thinking about or... Yes, anyway. Level 1 backswing, boom. I think during this session, in the previous session I wasn't really comfortable with the level 1. The level 1 I really tried to... Oh yeah, here I think what I did is I tried to remove a little bit the frontier, the boundaries between my level 1 and 2 and 3 golf swing, in order to have more general way of swinging which is naturally going from level 1 to level 2 to level 3 just based on the length of my backswing. Where level 1 is going to be all the way until half swing or even 2/3 of a swing. Then level 2 is going to be from 2/3 to full swing, and level 3 to actually over swing, in order to generate as much power as possible. Because with the fact that my coach made me practice some shorter backswing, I realized that that I was way more comfortable with the level 1 all the way until 2/3. Half swing, yes, but 2/3 it's really the max. After that, I really feel that I get disconnected from upper body. So that's what led me to the idea that maybe I should remove the boundary between all of the swings. Not sure I'm going to be very productive today, or even to say interesting things, but we'll see. I had a golf course today, so I'm a little bit tired. Let's see. Sorry. Oh. Yes. I'm freaking too much flexible. So, working on half backswing with my iron and speed session with the driver. First session with the Trackman. Yeah. So, yeah, as I said, I tried to really work on shortening my backswing. Also, really trying to find some the power sources. So if I prevent myself from going more than a half swing, then in order to generate power I need to use my body efficiently. So that was my intent here, reducing my backswing as much as I possibly can in order to try to generate power anyway. In some way. I think here it's maybe a 8 or 6 iron, and I really try. For me, that's very difficult to go. When I go here, for me, it's like I'm doing a half swing, but I'm not. But I kind of have some idea of how to fix that at the middle of April, almost end of April. Let's make it short. Speed station. Speed station. Boom. I risk trial with my left leg. It jumped after impact, and even if I'm pushing a lot with my left leg, it still go off way after impact. So, but even if the very best player are actually coming off the ground almost at impact or just very short after, for me it's very strange because I feel like I'm losing stability if I'm doing that. And also because I'm not turning, I'm not closing enough the club face. If I'm rotating too much, actually I miss the ball on the right. So that's also the point I need to figure out. How can I rotate aggressively and push into the ground strongly without missing the ball very far right, because until I'm able to do that, I won't be able to generate as much power as I want. So I give my all, I give everything, and at some point I reach 115 miles per hour, I think. But at some point, my best was 120, so I'm still far from that. It just since I got an injury on my feet, I stopped working out and so on, and also the transition, because I'm evolving toward a swing where before I was using a lot my hand and my arm to generate power, where now I'm evolving progressively towards something where I'm rotating more, and so that's absolutely not the way I was actually getting speed before, and so I need to adapt and to change all my habits in order to be able to generate power in my new way of doing things. So now I'm exhausted. I'm just doing wedges to finish the session until the night. Yeah, I'm watching TV show. That's a good way of finishing the night. So, working on setting the club in plan. Yeah, because you saw in the previous session, my club was actually crossing the line with my short irons. So I want to have it in plane. And the issue I found, it's actually not here, but now that I'm thinking back on it, is really about I'm after the takeaway, I should just slow down my arms, let the club set, while keep my shoulder rotating as I'm doing so, all the way until my arm are not moving anymore, and then my shoulder should be fully loaded. I don't know if it makes sense, but I'm doing my takeaway, then I'm slowing down, and as I'm slowing down, I'm keep moving my shoulder all the way until my arm are stopped. And then once my arm are stopped, then I can finish the transition and move back to the downswing. But the issue here is I'm swinging the club way too far, way too long, also in my backswing. I'm never slowing down. The only time I'm slowing down is when actually I'm moving back in the other direction. So as I talked in the previous video, I think is the motion is up in the takeaway, transition down, and up in the release, but also it's fast in the takeaway, slow in the transition, fast in the release. That's the dynamic that I'm currently trying to get my head around. Yes, I think we can say that. Not that bad at all. That bad. As soon as I try to shorten, that's why I say I'm doing something wrong. Normally I shouldn't have any difference between half backswing, full backswing. It's just length, but not in plan. My club should be set in plan and stay in plan. Well, when I'm doing it and when I'm doing half swing, I tend to have my club that come across. That's really annoying. Anyway. Nice slice. Let's move on. Backswing with opening right arm. Right arm. Working on the... Why opening right arm? Actually, because currently I'm thinking about internally rotating my right arm. So why opening it? Maybe, yes. Yeah, I wanted to set the club in plan by doing so. But that causes a lot of problem if you do that. So I'm initializing the Trackman. I have my iPad with the data right there, and I'm swinging. .52 degrees. Nice. But my backswing looks good with the wedges, but you can see here I'm almost full backswing with a wedge. So what is going to happen with the driver? I think we all know the answer. Very nice backswing actually. Do 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 do. Nothing to say. That's pretty. That's really nice. Oh, that's a slow motion. Speed station with the driver walking on bike on backswing with wedge. Okay, let's see. Right from the beginning, driver? No. You see here, takeaway is okay, but then my shoulder is stopping, my arms are getting across my body, and this is what actually make my actually, in order to make a half swing in my way of doing things, if I want to make a half swing, I should almost not move my shoulder at all, because then my arm are getting across my body. Yes, actually that makes sense. So either I'm changing that or I'm racing that. Knowing how perfectionist I am, I think I'm going to change that. Because the way I want to swing is primarily doing push draws, and the issue with having my arm across my body completely loaded is the only way to go for them is forward, and so which create a plan that is actually a little bit more direct toward the ball and less inside out. So yeah. Let's rip some balls. That's really slow. I'm just thinking, but yeah, this is a level 2 swing with my driver. I wanted to see how fast I can swing with the level 2. That's what very interesting to me is I'm completely losing power with my driver. It probably the way I'm swinging is efficient with short curve but not very long. No, I was thinking that the way I'm swinging, even if I want to change, I have some make some draw. For now, I need just maybe to embrace the fact that if to just rotate more, embracing the fact that I'm going to fade them, and progressively working on having my club going more from the inside to actually close the club face. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. How many drive did I put? Oh yes, wedge session. All the way until the night. Because I like doing those sessions just in the evening and so on, but then I finish until until night. Yes, just having fun, watching TV show as I'm practicing. That's fun. And as I say in the previous video, having fun practicing is as important as practicing, because if you want to endure the long hours of practicing again and again and again, you need to have fun doing it. Otherwise, you will burn out. Working on wedge distance control. This is something that actually I need to work a lot more. Oh yes, also I added this. The tracer. Probably won't have. I'm still trying to figure out how it works and so on. And also I'm going to put the data of the Trackman in order to get a more accurate ball flight actually. But for now is because when the ball goes actually outside the like this, too high too soon, it just the ball just the software just actually does a fucking nonsense. I don't put hook like that's really fun actually to watch that. So this is something I want to implement, add in my videos, but we'll see later how it goes. But I think that looks cool. That looks very cool. But actually, I found someone to make videos, and so I need to work that out with him, and we'll see how it goes. How many did I put? Well, half. What was this session about? I think that's the same session. I just yes, nice shot. Tracer go off. But yeah, during so that was some wedges. There's nothing to say about it really much, but yeah, I did some tracer and I had fun with it. I think that's going to look cool. I just, but you are going to see with the next session. Actually, tracer it's better. I understood how it worked a little bit more. Working on distance control with wedges and power with 6 iron. Let's go! I like it. So now I started adding the Trackman data for the first time. Yeah, that looks good. Very interesting. So I need to add. I think what I'm going to do next time is also add the data that actually are good to create the tracer. So I think that's hang time, the curve, and also how much it went on the side. And so here I pretty much just remove the curve ID, especially because this is wedges, and I just put straight line directly as how the software detect it. So we are with the 58 iron. I'm working with half swings. Half swing with 58, yes, is about 60 meters. Depending on how much I compress the ball, of course. And the issue is the app, the Trackman Go app actually doesn't track the impact of the club, and so I need to go on the old version of Trackman application on iPad, which actually track the ball impact position. But no, here it doesn't register. It finally registers something. Here we go. Nothing. Beep. Yes, I don't know why it's that it doesn't take. I think with the wedges he struggled to actually get the ball. Maybe I wasn't in the right spot. Trackman was maybe a bit too close. I think my coach told me. What's interesting is with the wedges I tend to actually hit the ball a lot more in the front of the face, a little bit toey, very little. But what's interesting is with the longer club, I tend to be on the opposite side, a little bit more hilly. Yeah, better in black. I like it a lot more. I think we are now with a 52 degree. Yes, we are 52 degree. une fat one. I think with the 6 iron, I'm actually getting better data. It track the impact a lot better. Maybe. Not on this one. Ah, yes, it is on this one. So I really tried to go above 90 miles per hour with my 6 iron. Ideally, probably I should go somewhere 95 because I have a target in my mind of getting 180 meters, about 200 yards with my 6 iron. But I'm very far from that currently. So if 160, if I'm about 155 on average with my 6 iron and 90, so at about 90 miles per hour, probably 95 or 100 miles per hour with the 6 iron, it's about it to get 180 and actually meters or 200 yards. So that's my target. I'm not looking for I'm not having a race to power because I think ultimately that's not what golf is about. But having enough power is good, and I think enough power is 180 meters with the 6 iron. This is what I'm looking for. And 120 with the driver. This is what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to 130 or so on. Maybe in speed session. Maybe when I just go all out. Maybe if I can put 130, but my main goal is to be able to swing 120 on the golf course with the driver. So yeah, maybe with the 6 iron, I probably need to be able to do 105 if I want to be able to swing 105 when I give everything. If I want to be able to swing 100 on a swing by swing basis. It took me a bit of time to do that. Add the tracers, the data, so we'll see. It's but I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, actually. Whew. So yes, nothing else, nothing much to say about it. I think that's it for today. Yes. So this month, what was this month about? Introduction of Trackman. I got my Trackman. I started working on my distance, also on speed, on getting back some speed because my speed dropped a lot. So I got my numbers. I start thinking and so on. So that's kind of a month of transition. I didn't really went anywhere with that. So we'll see. As I said, the month of April, if you want a teaser, it's pretty damn awful. I lost myself into a lot of technique and realized that actually I kind of believe that I'm not. How I say that? Not that I'm not good enough, but something that my coach told me that actually just tilt in my head is he told me that my short game was good, really good actually, and I didn't really believe that before he told me. I thought my short game was average at best, that I didn't really have. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good, and the fact that he told me that my shot game is good, suddenly I start getting better and better. And I didn't train more, even I even trained less. But the fact that he told me that, I started thinking, okay, maybe it's just my old fears that are preventing me from getting better, from doing better shots. And if I just trust myself, if I just build confidence in myself, in my ability to actually doing things, this is just a mindset. So I started walking around the green and trying to just feel confident. Don't hesitate when I'm doing shots, just doing them and trusting that things are going to work out. And suddenly I realized today on the golf course that, wait a minute, I'm doing that with all my shots. I'm expecting all my shots, not all, but a lot of them, to actually fail. And the good shot, not all, but a lot of them, are actually shots that I expect to succeed. Like the driver and putting, which I consider to be my two strengths. I just, in my head, I'm just good at it. And so that's not a question for me to miss a fairway or to miss a putt. I just expect to make it. I just expect to succeed. And so, but the issue is, I'm completely opposite when I'm hitting the green. I think I'm bad at it, and so I'm missing my shot. And until now, I thought it was technique, it was training, and so on. And so I spent a really awful amount of time trying to fix that, to fix my technique, to become obsessed about technique, when actually it's maybe just trusting myself, just thinking, okay, no, I'm good. And this is actually the Kruger effect, where you have a peak of confidence when you begin anything, and golf is not exception. Then as you're learning the game, your confidence is dropping. And then as your level is getting better and better, your confidence is rising with it. So what I think is, I got stuck on the low point for me. My level got better and better, but my confidence is still pretty low. And there is nothing I can do to change that except just becoming conscious of it. I need to become aware that I'm less confident than what I should be. That my coach told me that my technique on the long game is good, my short game is good, my putting is good, everything is good. I should be. He told me exactly that. Given my level that I have on the practice run when I'm training, and in putting and short game, I should be able to score under par at everyone. But the fact is, I'm not. And I think the only issue is mental. I think subconsciously, I don't believe I can score under par. This is as simple as that. Even though I did it in the past, but it's a long time ago. So I really need to work on this confidence aspect and more behaving like I already own my game as much as the best player in the world, as much as the number one in the world. In order to just feel confident, my game is as good as the best player in the world. Now, what can I do to build my confidence and work as them? So the best player in the world, what are they doing? They are doing some speed training, some workout in order to get stronger, faster. Okay, that I can do. This is not about my technique. This is not about the quality of my game. This is just, okay, increasing a little bit my distance. That's good. Okay, that's not because I don't feel I'm not enough, or that I'm not good enough and so on. This is just okay. I want a little bit more distance, so I'm going to work in this direction to add more distance. But in terms of game, this is just going to improve my statistics, make my life easier on the golf course, but it's not what is going to make me score. And so what are they also doing? They have a few technical points, but generally speaking, they keep the same swing over and over. They just try to get comfortable as much as possible, building awareness, working a lot on wedges, distance control, and so on. And so, yes, that's really about confidence. I try to think that I am confident, but actually I'm not. In the past, a lot of people told me that what I wanted to achieve was impossible, that I wouldn't make it. And even though I tried to just focus on me, focus on what I wanted to achieve and so on, I think subconsciously I thought they were right, and every time I failed, it just reinforced this idea that I won't be able to make it. And even if I want to try to avoid this truth, it's the fact that I failed until now. I did, but I'm not ready to give up. I don't think I will ever give up. But clearly I have some. It got under my skin on a very deep subconscious level, and even if now I have the level, because before I was trying to perform and trying to be confident while I didn't have the level, I didn't have the skill. Now this is the opposite. I have the skill, but I don't have the confidence. I don't have the trust in me. And I think this is where the issue is. I need to behave like my game is done. I have nothing else to improve except a very little point in order to get better over a long period of time. But overall, my game is rock solid. This is only a mental game from now. So I think that's the issue. I think the issue is no more technique, it's mental, and I need to figure that out, see how I'm self-sabotaging myself, and stop that. And yes, so we'll talk about that, I think, a lot more next month, in a few days. But anyway, thanks you for watching, and I see you next time.